Hello everyone and welcome back to this channel. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the games I got from Video Games Monthly for the month of July 2026. Remember, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button as it helps us channel grow. And don't forget to hit the notification button for all future videos. So, we've got 5 games this month as usual. We've got 1 Super Nintendo, 1 Sega Genesis, 2 NES, and we got a Game Boy. It's been a while since we got a Game Boy game. But, how were the games this month? Well, let's find out. We're going to start off with the Game Boy game, Dead Heat Scramble. Now the players must choose between a dune buggy, a sand rail vehicle, and an incredible off-road truck. All races are strictly against the clock while the drivers navigate through blockades on the road and other drivers that want to defeat the player. All of the 10 courses must be unlocked in a linear fashion. All the races take place in a tube. Few power-ups exist in the game, including a chance to increase the player's nitro boost. Now there are 10 stages in the entire game. There's no penalties are given for bumping into the other drivers, unlike real life. And each course is in the shape of a half pipe. And honestly, this one surprised me. I actually kind of like this. It really wasn't bad. I'm gonna give this a C. Now, for the Sega Genesis, Mortal Kombat. The game takes place on Earthrealm, where the tournament is being held on Shang Tsung's island, on which 7 of its locations serve as stages in the game. The game can be played by 1 or 2 people. In the single player game, the player faces each of the 7 playable characters in a series of 1 vs 1 matches against computer controlled opponents, ending in a mirror match against a duplicate of the player's chosen character. The player must then fight in 3 endurance matches, each involving 2 other player characters. When the player defeats the first opponent, the second one enters the arena, and the timer resets. However, the player's health meter does not regenerate. After the 3rd endurance match, the player fights sub-boss Goro, followed by the final match against Shang Tsung. Mortal Kombat is a fighting game in which players battle opponents on one-on-one matches. The fighter that drains the opponent's health bar first wins the round, and the first to win 2 rounds wins the match. Each round is timed. If both fighters have health remaining when the time runs out, the one with the more health wins. The Super Nintendo version was easier to handle with the controller because the Genesis only had 3 buttons, but the Genesis did have the blood. Another of the game's innovations was a fatality, a finishing move performed against a defeated opponent to execute them in a gruesome fashion. And I liked this back in the day. I was never a huge Mortal Kombat fan, but I liked them, and today it's still not bad. I'm gonna give this a C. Next up, Super Off-Road the Baja for the Super Nintendo. Super Off-Road the Baja is a racing video game released onto the Super Nintendo as a sequel to Super Off-Road. Unlike the first game, the Baja used a third-person perspective and was based on the Baja 1000 endurance race instead of dirt track racing. Product placement for Toyota and other companies was placed across the entire game. The brakes X are awkward to use if you use the B button to drive. You can also hold down the A button to drive, but it fires a nitro when you press it. It may be better to watch where you're going and just let go of the B button when you need to slow down. Note that since mixing all of your essential equipment is so easy, you can essentially ignore item pickups if you're at all decent about avoiding buggies and spectators in particular. There's no need to go off the road to pick them up. And there are even a couple of items near obstacles that you should just ignore. Note that some item pickups are available in the Mexico 250 though, since you only get 1 chance to upgrade your truck. This game wasn't bad. Again, I didn't have a problem with this game. It wasn't a bad game. I'm gonna give this a C. Alright, next up, Legacy of the Wizard on the NES. The Dracel family consists of 6 members of 3 generations, plus a family pet, which resembles a small dinosaur. The player takes control of the members of the Dracels and their pet, sending them one at a time into a vast cavern filled with traps, puzzles, and monsters, in search of the 4 crowns, while periodically returning to the family household on the surface to change characters and to obtain a password. Each member of the family, which consists of the father, mother, son, daughter, and the pet, has different strengths and weaknesses to contribute to the goal. Some characters seem seemingly powerful strength, but each is offset by proportions limitations. For example, the father has the strongest attack power but cannot jump as high as the rest of the family. The mother of the family has relatively weak attributes, but is the only one who can use specific magics to items required to fill one of the crowns. By discovering and utilizing each character's strengths, the players travel through the extensive dungeons, eventually fighting 4 bosses to gain the crowns. And I was surprised by this one. I really was. I wasn't expecting anything like this, and I had fun with this one, and I'm gonna give this a B. And finally, we have Leave Trevino's Fighting Golf for the NES. The player can choose between 4 different golfers with varying advantages and disadvantages. Lee Trevino, who lent his endorsement to the North American NES version of the game, is playable but only in the North America version. As a character named Supermax, an actual nickname of his, the Japanese version used a character named Birdie Tommy. Other characters include Pretty Amy, Miracle Tosuki, and Big Jumbo. Pretty Amy has limited range but the easiest control. Control refers to the length of the aiming guide. Miracle Katsuku and Super Mechs have average attributes. Big Jumbo has the best range but the worst controls. Despite the title, no fighting is involved in the game. The player has to avoid sand traps, water hazards, rough grounds, and trees. The course ranges from relatively straightforward fairways to elaborate arrangements of sand traps. 2 courses available to play are in the United States, which consists of mostly bunkers and super rough, and the Japanese course consists of water and tight boundaries. The United States course is modeled after the PGA West Stadium course. Honestly, I think there are a lot better golf games for the NES. I really didn't have much fun with this one, and I'm gonna give this a D. And there you have it. That would be this month's Video Games Monthly Games. How would you rank these games? Would you do anything differently? Let me know in the comments below. And until next month, peace out.